Hey everybody, it's Wukepedia. I know it's been a while, but we were doing a little playthrough on 7 Days to Die 3.0, and I decided it was time to finally make people aware of the best Horde base in all of history. So, I've seen a lot of Horde base videos. I'm kind of addicted to watching them. I've kind of used the same design for a very long time. I've built a real simple one here. Cheaper way to do this would be to obviously cut out some of these pieces. You don't need all of them. And if you are next to like a building in town, you don't need these taller stacks. You just need to build some sort of an enclosed area. The biggest mistake I think I see people do is they build a base that's optimized for melee. And that's fine. And if you want to build a melee base, go for it. The main purpose for this one is to leverage your Horde base to maximize your XP and loot for zombies coming up at you. Zombies don't climb up blocks very quickly. They will climb up very quickly on ramps or stairs, and I always see ramps, stairs, ladders, and then a tiny little pole that extends out. And most of the time that the zombies are climbing those stairs, ramps, and ladders, you can't see them, you can't shoot at them because they're out of line of sight. So I've always just kind of used this where they're always in line of sight wherever I am inside the base, and you just kind of keep them at the bottom. It also gives you a great opportunity to use Molotovs and stuff like that. Because they take so long to climb up the stairs, they're going to be sitting there burning. A great place for contact grenades if you have an explosives person, but the amount of value you get out of Molotovs, the amount of kills you get is really good early game. Back when you could clear the Horde Knight, we literally just did it with that. Also, you could break this out. This doesn't need to be quite so durable if you've got enough firepower. You could have hatches, vault doors, whatever you want to do. But it just gives you a really good line of fire, and this type of a situation here gives you a spot to step out, throw a bottle, and then go back to meleeing or shooting if you've got the bullets. We have literally gone through early Horde Nights with just bows and arrows and Molotovs. You can just manage. It's surprisingly good. I usually just flange out the base a little bit because pathing is so important. Zombies have to have a path, and I believe the way it's working is this is a separate path than this, and is this. So once they get to here, they'll start to bottleneck, and that's when they start to do the random rage mode and start breaking things. So actually I'm gonna get this guy here. And they really won't ever attack those back pillars. They know you're up there, but as long as they're given a path to climb up this base, they're gonna go on the path. That's their path of least resistance. So like right now, he's thinking about it. Oh, he lost track of me. Come on. It's not morning. Come on. Why is he not running? But he's not gonna break anything. He's just gonna come right over here and he's gonna start climbing up. And this is really the best way to use your Horde Knights. Like, you get tons of experience. Like the last time we had a fresh character join us, he got 27 levels on the first night, and we didn't go through that much ammo really. AP ammo really shines here because while you're shooting and you're missing somebody, you're hitting the guy behind him. And if they fall, they usually just get right back up. If you go 14 high ideally, then you'd be good for preventing rage mode from, if they do fall down, sometimes they will rage a little bit, but really, honestly, we don't do very many repairs. The majority of the damage that is done to this Horde base is our bullets. So you'll repair some of these. If you are really careless with shooting, if you break out one of these blocks, they're not going to path up anymore. And if you are going to upgrade anything, I would recommend upgrading those pieces first, and then like get a concrete path here. Eventually you do want to go to steel just because of demos, and enough cop explosions will make it worse. And if you have limited amounts, going up to maybe 3 or something in case they climb up on each other buys you a little more time. But they just don't climb up this quickly, so it buys you a lot of more time. And you can just shoot at them the entire time they're trying. And look at how slowly they are. Like, These guys would probably just die to a Molotov on their own. And if I had a contact grenade, you know, stuff like that. Really simple design. And if you had a second one nearby, you could jump to it. And then they're going to run all the way down, and they'd have to run all the way back up again. So you could even cheese it like that. Like, there's really no reason that you would only have to have one of these things because they are so cheap. Now, we're on day 68, which may not be a huge amount for a lot of people. My buddy actually did this. Putting bars here will shoot through it, so then we're not actually damaging the ground. Or if we do damage the ground, they can still walk over it. We've got 7 people for the last Horde night, so we needed it quite a bit bigger. And we're getting a couple dozen demos a night, so we're not careful with shooting. We like to have a little extra, and because we're in the winter, we put candles everywhere. But once you get like a dedicated explosives person, we like to have a spot on either side for rockets, grenades, Molotovs. If you would like to use this thing in like a modded playthrough, we've used it in Darkness Falls. It works great. We made it about 3 times as tall as this, about as wide. You really just need 1 wide, but if you have a really large amount of players, you probably need to go to 2 or 3 pretty quick, because this gives them 3 more lanes to path up, and then they're much less likely to break out a specific spot or get stuck, like stuck in traffic essentially, where they can't get up any further, so then they just start punching stuff. The random punching is your enemy, so keeping a clean, clear path, that's one of the most important things you can do, because that keeps them from hitting. They just sit there and you have so much time to attack them. And they don't even get to the top. And we're not that high, I think maybe 15 blocks. This is plenty. We've gone through about 3 or 4 Horde nights. I think I've spent 20 or 30 steel to repair. And we're talking like nothing but rads, charged, everything, demos. The cops probably do the most amount of damage because they just start spitting right away. But, oh, and for buzzards, if you have a roof and you just throw some wood spikes up there, like we did iron, just so we don't have to repair it so much, spikes on the roof is a huge thing. When buzzards try to get to you up on those ladders, they'll fail, and then they'll retreat a little bit, they'll go up, and then they go over that lip and they come back down right where you are. And most of the spikes that take any damage are these, like, where people stand. So, like, there's always somebody in the middle, and then that's where they die. You just never have to deal with buzzards other than the spitters, because they don't fly up above you. But this is a great design. I challenge you guys to just try it. Like, we've been using this for years. I've tried tons of different designs. This doesn't take any traps, any other than the spikes, if you'd like to not deal with buzzards. You could put the ceiling as bars. And like I said, this would work for a melee base as well. All you have to do is add stairs. If you just put stairs on each one of these things, they would run up really quick and they'd get up here. So if you'd like a more aggressive base to do, or just to do melee, that's fine. And then knock the stairs out when you have enough bullets to do a real Horde night. AP rounds really shine on these because you're piercing. And when there's a bunch of zombies at the bottom, if you miss a shot, you're still probably going to hit somebody. Almost every grenade we threw hit at least 8 or 9 zombies, and it's really great. They just kind of pile up right here, depending on if they're which direction they're coming from. Yeah, biggest thing is just keep the zombies in your line of sight so that you can shoot them. Keep them stalled at a good range so that you can get those kills in the loot bags right at the bottom. I think we had 150 loot bags at the bottom here when we were done. We usually get more ammo back than what we spend because of the way that is. But thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful day.